Hello, welcome back to this mini series, Starting a Business on a Shoestring. My name is Dr. George Machaki, or Dr. GAM. Let's get right to it. We're going to be talking about networking. My previous life, when I was teaching at a community college, when I was teaching high school students or younger students coming out of high school, preparing for going to for university, or basically returning adults. When I talked about networking, some kind of had an idea. Some thought it was something with computers. When I'm talking about or some say, hey, I have a following. I have a YouTube, I have a TikTok following, Instagram following. I said, okay, so you have a following. So that's basically part of your network. No, I don't think of it. That's the way I look at it. I'm looking at it from the viewpoint of a business person. Okay, so let's see what we're going to talk about. What I'm going to be talking about harvesting your networks. When I'm talking not the computer network, your connections, people you know. How could I expand it? Your following to promote your venture or to your idea. Okay, so the first thing we're going to talk about, you got to take into consideration your business objective, and we covered a little bit. Remember, I'm not getting into much detail. I would recommend that you take an entrepreneur class and you take maybe one accounting class with QuickBooks and for lack of better words, intro to business. Just have a general idea in your spare time if you can afford it. But in the meantime, you have me. So local. Most of you are going to be doing your business is going to be locally. That's where you're going to start off. I see a niche. I could provide a service or a product, foods or something locally, or I grow my own produce and supply restaurants or something locally. I'm trying to get into the supply chain. So when I'm looking locally, that's where you do. It doesn't make sense when you're doing local to be advertising only on TikTok or YouTube. A lot of people see it, but they may not be in your geographic or your little area, your niche that you're trying to accomplish. It's nice to have them out there. Don't get me wrong, okay? So, but if you're selling a product, then you could do it outside. You see what I mean? Then you want to have the mass. You want to utilize those connections you have, your following. And then when we get into the marketing, I'll talk a little bit about marketing. That's what you start off your soft sell. Okay. But okay, so that's your local. So let's just focus on the local. What do I know within me? I don't know what the area. I'm a landscaper. I want to do something. How do I do? Do Google Maps. How many people do? Look at the Chamber of Commerce. Okay, so let's say, all right, I'm jumping ahead of myself. So personal networks. Who are your personal? Your family. Like it or not, they're part of your network. You have that cousin you don't like, but he's pretty sharp. He has some money. He may be able to want an adventure, or he has property. He may want me to use my service. I clean windows. I do chimneys. I do landscaping. I'm selling something that he or she may do. So he says, my friends. I have a lot of friends. I know which friends have money or not. But remember, those friends that you're connected. Say I'm opening up a new business in this area. Those friends have other friends. Okay. Now, social media. We talked about social media. You could utilize that if it's something locally you want to. If you're doing a product that you're selling online or anything else, utilize gaming communities. Again, gaming community. Even though you're local, you're playing on the game. You have certain clubs or certain areas. When I was teaching at the College of Lake County, a lot of times there were a lot of gaming community, and they were in their own corner. That's a network. So, I'm going to open up a new game. I'm going to get a code for a new game. How do I get it out there? I already have my connection. I know what I'm doing, okay? And certain clubs. You may be at a certain club. You may be at a religious club. You may be at the school club. You may be with some other club. Or you have your brothers or sisters at some of those clubs. What happens, those are potential clients because they're within your local area. A lot of times you know all these people, but you don't get their information. Hey, give me a phone number or everything else. So you gotta have like a database. You have to have something, quick and dirty. Write on a piece of paper, database. Use your computer. Most of you got a smartphone. Start saving them. So when you're getting some information, categorize it. Potential client, friends, or anything else. And you already have a lot of people you just have to know how to harvest that and turn it around to see if they could spread your word. Remember, you're in a low budget and let the word out locally within that area that you're providing something. Schools, a lot of you you graduated from high school, you graduated from college, you're going to college. Get those names. You're in those teams, and you get the college email. A lot of times they come free. Gmail. Share other information with the students if you think they're a potential. He's such a loser. He's such a nerd. Those nerds end up being business owners or presidents of company. Remember, even though you know this person now, you put in potential, you categorize it. Right now, I could utilize them or future network. But you still got to keep that data. You got to keep all that information on there. And then others. And then when I look at others, I was looking at sports. You're in the sport, you get that schools, and at work, you create networks. You have friends you have, but you have other friends. And if you're doing something at a job and you have people coming in, you already have, especially if you're doing some kind of selling, they already know you, so you already have contacts you may be able to utilize out there, okay? Now, when we talk about professional networks, you have unions, you have nonprofit groups, you belong to the church, you belong to some kind of organization. You have LinkedIn. LinkedIn is basically social media for business people. So what you want to do is, when I was teaching, a lot of people joined my LinkedIn. That's why I'm all over. Boy, he has it in hospitals, all this, because I let them come in. So you remember, when you get into somebody's network, your thing is, okay, I just got in, he only has 5 or 50 followers, but they may have more followers, remember? Their connections you're trying to get in. So if you're letting someone into your network in the business, be careful who you let in, all right? Colleges, seminars you go to, you're going to be surprised. When I was in business, I go to a lot of seminars, especially from the academic. I'd be in there, you meet people from all over, and I'm handing out business cards. We don't bring any business. What do you mean you don't bring your business card? Remember, the business cards is you meet somebody, you say, hey, here's some information. We do it with the phone. A lot of people don't like transferring information to the phone. Give them a card. You're real quick, oh, here's my card. Give me a call sometime. Oh, here's your fax number. Here's some. You're looking at the business card. Remember what I told you? It has your email, it has your web address. It's information I could go on there. Okay, Windows, Teams. Okay, public and governmental ones. Now this one's I'm looking Chamber of Commerce. Now they always want some money. Not your chamber. You want to belong to this club, you got to pay. But the Chamber of Commerce, if you really have a business and you're starting off, you could come in there, have starting off, and they'll help you out. You have the Small Business Association. Now, if you're a younger student, like it or not, they're not supposed to discriminate, but if you're like 18, 19-year-old coming in there, kind of put on a clean shirt or something else when you're going in there and say, I'm thinking of opening this part, could you help me? Because a lot of times they think, oh yeah, he's just going through a phase, or she's just going through a phase. All right? Remember? So you got to come in there later on. We'll talk about real quickly about a business plan, real rough what you need on a business plan, because if you're going to start wanting some capital outside the ones that you thought this your idea out, and that's all a business plan does. Doesn't make you successful. Remember, anything you're learning here is not going to make you successful. It just gives you that edge. That's all I'm trying to do. It gives you something to think about. Oh, yeah, I could do this. Yeah, it's not that hard. All right. Board meeting, board members, movements, causes, other activities like voters, watchdog, political party. I'm with the Republican Party. I'm with the Democrat. I'm basically independent. I don't let the remember as a business person. My thing, I don't tell them I'm a Republican. I don't tell them I'm a Democrat. I'm an independent mind. I don't want to upset anyone on any side. Unless I'm in Chicago, they're all Democrats. But there's a lot of Republicans there. All right? So we have everything you want. So now one thing I want to understand, how do I get these information? Sometimes you have to be very careful. Remember, when you create a network, you're handing out business cards, you're giving information. Sometimes if you're on the mailing list, a lot of times you'll get a mailing list from, let's say you belong to a club. They usually go blank copies so you don't see who else are the members. Once in a while, the person gets lazy, he or she, and just hits it all and just does it as a CCC. And then all of a sudden, what do you have? I got 50 new email accounts locally. Did anything wrong? Just send it to you. Now I can send them some information out. I know, you're part of the club now. You've got the emails for all the rest of the members of the organization you belong to. Remember, you have to be one that's creative. You have to be able to start making networks, even if you're one that don't have. Some people are more outgoing than other individuals, but you can leave cards around. You can leave things out. You can do things with it. Remember, you have to have some kind of database and create this network. And then the network. Here's what one issue with a lot of things. When I help someone out, people say, "Oh, now you owe me." No, I help it out because I think it's a good thing to do, and I'm basically building my network. If you're always going to want something in return, you're never going to build a network. Here's my information now, and then down the road, maybe 2, 3 years, you go, I want to get into this company. I'm looking at the data, doing my search, because my business is growing now, and I see George Machaki on there. Oh, he's vice president of this. Holy mackerel! I knew when he was in high school. Hey, George, remember we used to be high school friends, or in college. So remember, you have to have that information so you could send information out. Email, you could do Gmail. A lot of people just junk. You're right. So sometimes it's good to have a hard copy. That's all I have about networking. You could do it. Just start saving the data. Ask for the information. Remember, when you first meet someone, they're more willing to give you their address or their phone number or anything else than after you know them for a while. They say, why does he want this now? All right. Okay, so again, my name is Dr. GAM. I hope you enjoyed this real short thing. Start thinking about your friends, your company, other things. Remember, your objectives is right now I'm looking at you being regional and how can I do it. And you can do Google Maps and you can get addresses. There's a lot of stuff. Be creative. Use technology to your advantage. Be creative on a low budget. If you don't have a computer or anything else, you could go to library or a lot of the colleges, all right? Or the SBA or some classes you take at the school. Remember, SBA, they have workshops that could help you out. We'll have somebody come in there and they'll give you assistance, and they'll basically do it either free or they do it as what you could afford on a scale, all right? So I hope you enjoy this. Enjoy. Don't give up your dream. Your dream is there. You just have to know how to use everything you have. And now you have to start off with your one product and your one service. And then we'll talk about as you grow. All right? Talk to you later. Bye. Let's see how many minutes I have on this. 11 minutes. Hey, I'm always under 15. I always try to rush. Not try to rush. Because I know most people, especially when I'm doing with the younger generation, they want to, within 5 minutes, have a catchy title, 5, 10 minutes, and that's it. All right? All right? So, but that's my target audience. Other people want a little more. You could always stop it and play it. I have this here. You can stop and play, look at my concept maps, and you do everything else. So, till we meet again. What am I going to talk about next time? I'm not sure yet. I think I'll talk about parts of a business plan. Just so you have an idea. Remember, you have some time. Unless you have to start the business within the next week, you're building up. You're like a cook, a chef, a farmer, getting all the pieces before you actually go on. You're getting everything ready. That's what I want you to do, and then you will know if you're successful. You go out, and if you fail, fine. This didn't work. What do I have to change? Failures are all right. That's what how you get to be better. That's how you understand the market. Wasn't given to you, you say, oh man, I lost money here. Let's not do that again. Talk to you later again. I'm Dr. GAM. Bye.